Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Island Tea, right here on Win Media SKN, guys. It is Tuesday, September 20th, terrific Tuesday, and you're here with your faves, me, Azam Bailey, and of course, I am here also with the lovely Jade Gwenny Gwenadita, CPL Mathis Stewart Tushran Johnson, and we're looking forward to a beautiful day with you guys. Jade?
Hi, morning.
Oh, love the enthusiasm, Jade. Love the Jade, I'm sorry you have to be back. I'm sorry you have to be back.
That's not why I'm less enthused.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind coming back if it was such a grand weekend. It was such a pleasant, relaxing weekend.
Your idea
It was
of
the
the
total
weekend.
opposite.
But
It was hell.
Really?
This weekend sucked.
You said, but I don't think your initial plan wasn't to do a lot of relaxing, Jade.
Which is fine, and I wouldn't have mind if that would have been the alternative.
So, okay, tell me about your weekend, Jade.
It was terrible.
Get it off your chest. Tell me why it was so terrible. Pick up Jade one time.
No, Jade and I had nothing to do with it. He was the highlight of my weekend, actually.
Okay, nice.
Praise the Lord for little mercies.
Mm.
But yeah, it just was like, it just felt so stressful with the storms passing. You're not sure what type of storm it would have been because Fiona was doing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. This would have been your first experience with a storm in your new place as well, right?
Yeah.
Ah, so that you think that added to the...
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So you just had the anxiety because you just have anxiety about storms?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
And the fact that we just didn't know what type of storm we was going to have. And then we all had so many plans, like, we had events planned, artists flying in, money spent. And then poof, everything just went up in flames.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the truth is, there was a lot going on this weekend, though.
A lot, and none of it happened. What you mean? Event-wise, or you mean just...
Not just and
yes,
just in saying
it was
there was
so busy.
there was a lot. Obviously, there was a storm, and
There
then
was a murder.
Yeah, and
There was a parade.
there was a. Okay, before we get into some of the other things like the cancellations and all of these things, right? Because I think the weekend provided us with a lot to talk about. You mentioned the parade.
Yes.
I'm not blaming the organizers. I'm not even.
Okay,
I'm
what
not.
happened? That I'm not aware of, but go ahead.
I'm not blaming the organizers. I'm not blaming the relevant authorities. I just have a question. Why Newton ain't clean up yet?
What do you mean?
Newton ain't clean.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
Which I'm not jumping down anybody's throat because usually, and it was so weird because I'm like, usually like the cleaners does be on top of it. So it was very strange for me this morning to be like driving around like East Bastia and like all along the parade route you see in like the trash, like the plastic cups and stuff like that. But main getting on a body case. Cause like I say, usually they're pretty up on that. So I kind of
Maybe
wonder.
they're dealing with it now.
Well, maybe, but
Maybe it was just too late for them to have to. But what happened to the cleaners that has been out in the night?
No, but usually that's what I'm saying. Usually, I think if you reach out to the relevant authorities, they just be like sometime as the parade finishing, they're done cleaning.
That is true.
So like it was very strange for me this morning to be like, hey, what going on here? Like, why you down here look so? Going on with all these sunny bottles and like styrofoam cups.
Well, hopefully, between
You can get clean by tomorrow. But it's like it was very strange. It was very strange. So like yeah, whoever dropped the ball, whoever dropped the ball,
sort out.
Yeah.
Can I have the country looking like that?
Yeah. People, I believe the way you feel has a lot to do with how your environment looks.
That is a fact.
We want the people in East Bastia feeling jiggy this morning.
Listen.
I mean, as much as they could feel.
Somebody ain't even awake yet.
Exactly. Maybe the cleaners ain't awake, you know.
Maybe that's what happened.
But
because I know a lot of the people that literally had, because of all of the cancellations this weekend, they took out their energy on last night and yesterday. So.
Well, let me tell you something, If it's obvious to me that people are ready for the road for December.
Been ready?
I mean, it did kind of seem like a decade, but still.
Besides that,
I believe that people are ready for the road. In the words of Bunji Garden, they're ready for the road. But
and mention and the boys back together. Big vibes.
Oh my, yo, Miller.
Mentioning the boys are back together. Now, a lot of
Man.
y'all were excited about that one.
See
Some
him.
of y'all weren't, but you know, so you go sometimes.
So sometimes. Hey, this is band culture, man.
Bye. This is literally
You say
band
we
culture.
done? I say we done, then we're back together.
What you say, band culture toxic?
Very much so, Jade. I don't think anybody
No, I
denies
believe
that.
you. I believe you.
I don't anybody denies that. But hey, what people seem to really be enjoying the band, be enjoying the parade. There was anything planned for East Bastard that didn't happen? I was just like the Juve and the only thing I really saw was
No.
the Juve and the
I think
The
everything
opening-
for them happened as planned. The weather was just perfectly working with them because they had Juve Friday morning before Fiona decided to do the
show up.
thing.
Yeah.
And then they had the parade yesterday.
No, I was asking. I didn't know if there was gonna have like any
No,
other
I think-
shows or.
No, I
anything.
don't think they had any shows planned. I
So
think,
it was basically the Juve and the thing, and then they had the opening as
yeah,
well.
and I think the Wet Fete is this weekend as well.
Oh, so it ain't done yet.
No, things continuing.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I think, well, honestly, most of the events this weekend were postponed. The only one I think isn't happening is Tropics, which had me grieving a bit because, you know, that's my event. But
Thing as well, the one in Nevis that a lot of people
Well, it's
looking for is postponed indefinitely.
postponed. Oh, yeah, indefinitely mean I happening.
No man, it can happen. It just gonna happen at a later day. I think it may be next year sometime.
Yeah. I don't see it. Well, then Tropics postponed indefinitely then because...
You know if that's the same thing.
What do you mean? It happening next year?
Yeah, but I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah, you just tell me that the concert might happen next year.
No, when I say I don't mean next National Heroes Day.
I know.
Yeah, so that's not the same thing.
Yeah, Tropics. what do you
No,
mean?
they still have a National Heroes Day concert next year.
Oh. Are we still having our Tropics next year?
Yeah, but they would have then had the show they would have supposed to have this year before the next National Heroes
yeah,
Day.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, look out for us, December. Big bad Cooler Fete. Oh, I'm so not looking forward to the work. Oh no, y'all love Cooler Fete because y'all have so much fun. But us, the people behind the scenes, oh, Cooler Fete is hell, man. That is so tiring.
Yeah, it does take a lot to put on these things. That's true.
But people don't realize that. Apparently, people feel like we just throw up things in the air and whatever happen. Because the way y'all behaved when we announced that we were cancelling. What is wrong with y'all? What y'all want us to do? Y'all acting like we call Fiona. Fiona was not a plan of ours, okay? And we tried our best, contrary to what y'all may have believed. We tried our best. So all the unnecessary noise. Anyway, that's y'all culture. Y'all can't help it.
But the noise was because the cancellation or because the initial thought that the refunds won't come in?
I guess both. I guess both.
But we settle on refunds
Yeah,
now?
we got y'all. If y'all want y'all money back, y'all can easily get it. Just send a
But why would
message.
people not want their money back?
Cause I event coming up December.
And
You're right. I was bad for thinking y'all go on. Anyway,
I didn't understand that, but I say, well, they'll figure it out.
and we did. So
Yeah.
small mercies.
Right.
Small mercies. But yeah, Fiona. Do you know what I didn't like about Fiona?
What about her?
The fact that a lot of y'all was annoyed that she didn't actually come.
She came. What are they talking about?
Apparently nothing there that they wanted. They wanted us to be blown down. They wanted us to be thundering and lightning
What happened, right?
and heavy rainfalls and Puerto Rico events and Guadeloupe event. Like that's what y'all wanted for us to flood out?
It came so much so that all these things had to be cancelled.
Exactly.
People in Nevis had an island-wide blackout. Like, what you
What
mean?
I want? They literally was annoyed that Fiona didn't do damage.
I think what happened is, there's a couple things that happen. Every time there's a hurricane, people don't actually follow what's happening and just take the social media to start like talking. So there were people like Friday morning like about 12 o'clock talking
But
about
with Fiona, I'm like, yeah,
Fiona-
you see that Fiona coming
this why I had people up in it. I said, but the thing is supposed to come till tomorrow.
tonight.
Yeah, like
It
yeah,
starts at midnight. Y'all not following?
yeah, me-
That one was confusing to me because I'm literally watching people say, you see, Bell could have kept because I'm like, this time ain't even.
Not only that, but the island is literally under tropical storm watch. Like we literally under tropical storm watch at the moment.
Do y'all not know what that means? Are y'all confused by the terminology used by the Met Office?
Boats, I mean, people taking the boat them out the water.
Listen, you see the man fall.
Who? Oh, yeah, that had social media. I tell you, a lot of things happened this weekend, yeah, Jade. A lot of things happened this
Big up,
weekend.
what he name? Big up Sean. I know you're watching because you tell me to watch the show. Sean, that was not.
But to be honest, the country needed that.
Yeah.
The country needed a little laugh.
Sean, behave like, what I show him? Where people let's be.
Well, it's a lot. It got ridiculousness.
Not that one. The one.
America's funniest home videos.
No, not that kind. American Ninja. Sean, you're not an American Ninja Warriors. Please stop running across whoops.
Why?
I like everybody but you foresee that happening.
The funny thing about it, I was rooting for him.
Me too.
I was rooting for him. I was like,
However,
I know it was gonna happen.
yes, because one, your stance, you didn't have the proper positioning. You didn't look ready. You didn't look, you know. You prepare. You take your phone out your pocket. Nothing. You just was like, you know what? I go float across this whoop.
Yeah. It's obvious that he didn't take some things into account.
Listen, your friends say don't do it. I don't like. Let's do our friends. Chocolate say don't do it. Chocolate say don't do it. But you do it.
Yeah.
That's how it is though. Don't listen to our friends them, and then jump in deep water.
Bye. That happened. A lot of things happened this weekend, yeah,
I
Jade.
say it was busy, bad. As if it's like every time I took up my phone, it's something else.
I had two highlights for the weekend. Before we get into some of the other stuff, I had two highlights for the weekend.
Yeah, let's deal with the happy stuff first, cause Lord Jesus.
One would have been that video you sent me this morning. My brother showed it to me last night. I couldn't stop laughing. But watch here. Kids say the darndest things.
One thing kids gonna be is honest, okay? Honest and confused, but mostly honest.
That little girl face was just
She was
priceless.
Wait,
No matter what.
Wait, mommy.
I said this.
You can't see it.
This can't be real. The girl face just like. The second thing that made me smile this weekend would have been Erica.
We have to interview her. What's the message and tell you? Link it up, I forget.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm sure she come back probably sometime this week. But so there was this Caribbean rhythm showcase that happened in Jamaica that had several artists, well really 20 artists from all across the Caribbean, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Dominican Republic, Trinidad, all over. And the artists were showcasing their talents for a bunch of talent buyers, producers, songwriters, label owners, label executives, etc., etc. And it was streamed online as well. And we had from St. Kitts, Erica, right? And I watching this thing because I just they're like, what is that though? First thing.
You're home anyway.
What else to do?
And you got the music to go play.
So I watching and I'm looking and I'm listening and funny enough, the funny thing about it was I'm looking at the band, like I know all the band members, like okay, good band, okay, cool. I'll be honest. There were maybe 4 or 5 of the artists that I personally felt like were impressive, right?
Somebody wanna if it's you stayed awake throughout the whole show.
So what was happening was
That's enough.
I would literally just pause, do something, and then kind of go back. I wasn't watching it like fully live.
I mean, you were watching for a purpose anyway.
Right, but I looked at every single artist, every single artist. I just couldn't look at it in one fell swoop. So like I end up watching the end of the show like maybe 2 hours after it actually ended.
Oh wow!
Because I was like doing that. I was like, okay, and pause this and go do something, and then I'll come back and watch another piece. Or whatever. But by when they reached to Erica, right? It was like night and day. Me tell a lie. It was night and day.
Love it.
It was night and day. She was so good, Jade. I was very proud. I was like, what is this? Is an independence gift? I'm feeling national pride. I'm feeling national pride at this random time at like 12:02 on Independence Day.
Vibes.
Thank you, Erica.
As we need.
Yeah, and I was very proud of her, man. She did such a good job.
So she can probably come back as signed artist.
I don't know, and
Hopefully.
but
We are rooting for you.
I'm hoping whatever opportunities were there that she'd be able to take full advantage.
Me too.
I don't know if she wants to be signed. I don't know. Maybe she just wants to link with some producers or whatever it is. I don't know, but.
Or hopefully this opens some doors.
Yeah, and the thing for me too, I was watching the reaction of the crowd all night, and it was obvious that she got one of the biggest like responses from the people in the audience. So yeah, she was good. She was good, and I was really happy that she was able to take advantage of the opportunity and represent us. Cause I was talking to some of my friends from some of the other islands. We have like a group chat with like people in the industry and so from all over the Caribbean, and they were like messaging inside. Some of them weren't so happy with their reps.
Yikes!
When Erica done, I just put it in a little
I mean,
the little new emoji with the little love thing and the flag. Yeah.
That's all you
Yeah.
need to do.
Me had to do too much.
Yeah,
She don't do everything, so me had to do too
I
much.
like flex.
Yeah. Little flex, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh dear. Well,
But yeah, I was like, big ups to Erica one time.
that sounded like vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched a crazy video to Jamaica yesterday. Something wrong with Jamaica, you know. Because
boy.
maybe it's because I live in a country where I literally has never had to worry about some of the things that Jamaica has to worry about.
Yeah, on a regular. Mm-hmm.
But I fully believe in my heart to heart there's something wrong with Jamaica. Why was I watching a mass shooting yesterday?
What?
A video of a mass shooting. You want to see it?
You can see people actually getting shot?
I don't know. I didn't stay at it that much.
Yeah.
I saw dead bodies after that. I saw pictures of dead bodies, unfortunately.
Oh, let's not watch it on here. Let's not watch it
Yeah.
here. Like, I have to.
Social media has literally desensitized us to a point where watching dead bodies does nothing anymore.
Yeah.
It is scary.
Right.
It is
Wow.
honestly scary. But yeah, I watched it.
So okay. So what? Just give me an idea of what kind of happened. Like there was somebody
It
went
looked
to.
like, I don't know, there was on a field. I don't know if they had like an event or, you know.
Like a sporting field type of thing. Like,
Yeah. They led it up to the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just started
What?
firing shots. Like you literally could hear the bullets whizzing past the camera. Literally could hear it. And then me say, me? What me to do?
What going on?
What me to do?
You see, when I tell people whatever happened up there, when eventually make you way down here, people will be like, nah, them crazy Americans, crazy
No
Americans.
guns all over, man.
Guns all over,
You just
crazy.
take the worst person to decide, you know what? This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go to a field and I'm going to start to shoot. Whatever happen.
I mean, I can't say anything because that has happened here as well. Like I've been on a football field and like shots coming down towards the football field. Like that happened when I was like in high school. Yeah, that was a real thing. Can I big up the shooter? I don't see him now again. You know?
What? Sir?
Don't big him up.
No.
I mean, he wouldn't mind.
I'm sure. But let's not. Because some of the victims might be listening as well.
There was nobody shot, luckily. Which is why he probably just walking around still.
Yeah, but trauma.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah. Them times there, but we need no name trauma. We just like, I said,
No, No, look at the society we're in.
Look at the society we're in. But speaking of horror stories, Jade.
What happened again?
No- Speaking of horror stories, so I don't know if you saw this going around,
Vaguely.
but there's a short film being filmed, actually a horror short film,
Vibes.
right? So there's a casting call for people who might be interested in acting. And this is from Steady Music and Visuals. Big up Steady one time. Listens to this show every day.
Vibes. You make me toss up like something.
And it says casting call, director Steadway Brooks. But guess what? Actors needed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we need a male lead, age 25 to 40.
Preferably one that knows how to scream.
Oh.
Unless he's the killer. I don't know the plot, but usually, yeah. Unless they're gonna guess a plot twist, and the female gonna be like a serial killer. Steady, talk to me. Stop. Come talk to me.
Come on, you can't let the man let out the whole plot before. The man even start filming. Then female, he needs a female lead, same age, 25 to 40. And then of course he needs supporting actors. Male, 35 to 50. Females, 18 to 30. And some girl actor or actors, ages 8 to 12. Now the audition is on the 24th of September. Time 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it says, please send photo and contact information to info.steadyskb@gmail.com. I'll say that again, info.steadyskb@gmail.com, or WhatsApp 869-760-3758. Right? So guys, if you're interested in being a part of the short film, reach out to Steadway Brooks. And yeah, I'm all for this because we keep saying we need more filmmaking here.
Indeed.
I love the idea of a horror film happening here in St. Kitts.
Listen, I feel like I know the plot of this, you know. Feel like
You got something to do down Bloody Point?
no.
Okay.
However, I feel like they're about to
Stephen's Cave?
no. I feel like they're about to have these supporting actors be terrified by these lead actors in some way, shape, or form.
Jade.
Like I feel
You
like
think, Jade? What?
because what you want a family for? You're gonna terrorize this family? Why? Why you want to terrorize people in family? Poor Lord. Listen, just make sure y'all ain't traumatize this child, okay? That's all. The adults them, they can work out that, but just don't traumatize this child.
I am just looking forward to locally filmed content.
Yes.
Hopefully these are it. And we had just on Thursday, we had one of our own actors, and she was saying the same thing. She said like
It wasn't Thursday. I was here. It wasn't Thursday.
Wednesday.
Yes, it was that day that I wasn't here.
Oh, Wednesday. So yeah, she was saying the same thing. We need to start creating our own content. And Steady, since you listen to the show every day, I take in part credit for inspiring you to do this. But I'm really looking forward to it. Jade, you want to be an actor? I think you will make a good screamer.
Not a sort of traumatized man film.
Jade, when you're acting, it
I
ain't so funny.
don't like scary stuff. I don't like scary movies in that way.
But it's different when you're acting, Jade.
It don't matter. It's still a scary. What is that? What? Oh, it's cheesy for me. It's still a scary movie. You want to come traumatize me
Sorry.
for no reason?
Sorry, I apologize.
As if my life ain't traumatizing enough. Jeez, man.
bye.
Have a heart.
What is life without a little trauma, eh?
A little?
Just sprinkle in there.
A little.
Well, I could tell you this weekend had some trauma as well. We'll talk about the happy stuff, but
Yeah, we're going to do the trauma after talking trash. Feel like
Yeah.
it's appropriate because it might take long.
ah,
There
who
were so
knows?
many things happening. It was like a trilogy.
yeah.
So we're going to talk about that. But, happy independence to our great nation. Y'all celebrated 39 years yesterday.
Jade, but since we got like a minute before we start,
Them. Bum, ba-da-bum. Yeah, so funny in this country.
what are we doing, Jade? What are we doing? Like we, like,
What are we doing?
I was disappointed on so many different levels, right? I was disappointed.
We're
No,
disappointed for the people that can't get rid of them.
of course they did it. So it's not a matter that they can't. But one, right? firstly, let me say this. Everybody know that the Defense Force band always pick songs that can get a reaction. Right? Always pick songs that can get a reaction. So sometimes they might play a local song that is thing or something that is kind of hot in the media at the time.
And boy, I picked the perfect one, boy.
Now, personally, I think it was in poor taste. Now, is it the end of the world? No.
Literally not.
Yeah, but at the same time, to play that particular song on Independence Day, like on Independence Day, was supposed to be
come
about
on,
like
guys.
everybody, like, and
Come
yeah, it was
on.
like okay, this might have been a bit of a miscalculation here,
Yeah.
right? But the thing that upset me even more was this song literally got in 2 notes. This song literally got in 2 notes. Like musically, it's like 2 notes, literally the whole song. I'm just like, what going on? What going on? Like,
That's the 2 notes they wanted to play.
oh my. I believe that the Defense Force band plays a very important role in singing music, right?
Of course.
Because there's not a lot of places where people could go to learn, like,
Defense?
well, first thing, music.
Oh.
I'm talking about the band. To learn music, that's the first thing. But specifically, wind and reed instruments, there's not a lot of places. You have Gavin School, Amara Institute, right? Asara Murray Music Institute. I think the Antioch Baptist Church. I know they had an orchestra, so you could have gone there and learned to play a blowing instrument, right? Bastia High School music program, and outside of that, I don't know many other places where you could go and learn to play a sax or trumpet or something like that. Yeah, there's very few places. So they have a very big responsibility, right? A lot of the top musicians right now came out of Defense Force band, or at least played in Defense Force band at some point, right? So tell me, when you got a kind of high standard there, like especially an Independence Parade, which is one of the main showcases for the band, you got to bring it. Like you got to bring it to a level where it's like impressive. Like the goal shouldn't just be like this kind of reaction. Like you should
So
bring.
you're saying you wasn't impressed?
No. I mean, the song choice is one thing, and yeah, I think people kind of understand where the kind of like really the kind of reaction came from.
Yeah. Like why would you choose this one out of all?
Yeah, and this day, like
on
just
Independence Day.
ain't just this song, but it's like the day. But then my
Yeah.
thing too is like, okay, it's not even a song that really showcases
The talent.
what I believe, and I could be wrong, of course, but it doesn't showcase the type of musicianship that the Defense Force band, knowing its role and responsibility in music and a long tradition of doing so. Big up people like Kendrick Georges one time. They have a very big up people like Numpy, Captain, right? But they have this long tradition of like musical excellence. Like, like for me, it was just like a little. It's like, no, I
Not
can't
this
come.
one.
Yeah, can't come better than that, boy. Come better
Well,
than
for maybe they were saving all the good music for 40. Saving all the good old hype songs and,
the thing for me to be like, I know what is. I mean, I'm a musician, right? So
Well, I see the comments from YouTube.
don't know.
That's strange.
Just refresh the page. Let's see what's going on there.
Something just tell me. Jump
Yeah.
over here.
Okay, you look a little scanty.
Yeah.
Let's go back over there, see what's going on.
Let me check to see what's going on with the chat.
Yeah.
settings.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just kind of by hopefully the level for me it's about the level, man. I think the defense force band sometimes does get a little. Or maybe it may just be a matter of sometimes people ain't as disciplined or ain't as dedicated. Maybe they don't practice as much as they should. That kind of thing too. So we'll see.
Telling me the YouTube chat off. Why is that?
Interesting.
Very much so. They're also over there calling me serial killers and all kind of things there, but
Oh, that's what going on there?
yeah, that's why.
Maybe that's what we can see.
Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it is for the best.
That's interesting.
Because, yeah, the rest of them on, but not YouTube, which is very strange.
Yeah. But Jade, we probably should take a quick break.
Yeah, that's
and
a
come
good idea.
right back. Yeah, so guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back. Right here on Win Media SKN. Stick and stay, guys.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Hey guys, welcome back to Win Media SKN, and we're jumping into Talking Trash with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation. Guess who's here today, Jade, and was not here last week?
I hear. I hear she was over here being tatty.
No. She was actually on vacation, from what I was told.
Must
Is that
be
correct, Nama?
nice.
Yeah, it's a little mini, tiny, weeny vacation. Just a little break.
Sometimes you need that, you know.
As you deserve.
Mm-hmm. So
Much
anyway,
needed.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at you. Maybe a little jealous, but I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
next time,
Ah.
Paris. Just a heads up so we could join you.
Yeah.
Then I might come away
We
from
can-
either. That sound like a plan.
I waiting for her to agree?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, nice.
Yes, I fully agree. Fully
Nice,
agree. Yes,
nice,
we'll go
nice.
balancing.
Well, how are you, Nama? How did you enjoy the Independence weekend?
I am good, and I really did enjoy the Independence weekend. I seeing all the creativity, especially with the hairstyles
Oh,
and
that
so
was
forth. That
crazy.
was really awesome. And then I didn't really attend much of the festivities except for the service. And you had some people come up, wearing some really good
Nama,
stuff.
stop talking about yourself. You want me to lay out on the radio? That's what you want me to do?
I want to lay out anyway.
Because I saw Nama outfit, eh? I saw her outfit. And so I know when she's talking about people stepping out, she really talking about herself, eh?
Come on, as in compared to some people, I
I
was.
talk about who I see.
Listen, you should have been there. Were you there?
I didn't have to be.
You had some people step out.
Yeah, it was like that.
yes.
You know, when it
Like,
comes to independence, it's a whole fashion show. Eh?
exactly.
Speaking of, big up all the wives of the leaders, the current political leaders, because they stole the show.
Yes. I don't know if I could call names, but
The men looked good, but the
Mrs.
women,
Hanley just.
listen, she don't play.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
one of the
don't play
most
either.
fashionable couples
Yes.
of our generation. Mr. and Mrs. Hanley? Boy, listen. You see she hit?
I did.
Listen,
Oh.
I mean,
Oh my gosh.
her dress was spectacular. The colors, the combination, all of that.
She
So
don't play, she don't play.
I mean, I'm interested to see how it's gonna be next year, because last year I was like, yeah, it's good, but this year I think persons really stepped up the game, and I can see that.
Next year is 40, you know.
Different.
Listen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, I need to sketch my outfit. I know,
She don't, I know she doesn't start to plan her, so you better catch up.
but well, once I finish my mom's outfit,
Oh, yeah,
Then I
mom's
can-
was hot, you know. I saw moms too.
I didn't get to see mom, so I
I saw mums.
Me see mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never show me what happening.
I can't keep up with
Oh, you
her.
were watching what kind of Nama? Okay.
I cannot keep up with my mother. I just give it these outfits. I cannot keep up. She would just come and she's like, oh, I need this. This is the fabric. I want this, and you sketch it. And then there's a lady in Molyneux, Diane Mills. She's always dreading when I have to go to her to sew anything.
Because she knows.
Yeah, because she knows.
Elaborate.
So yeah, she fixes up really
she should.
awesome. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that we see other sectors emerge as well within in terms of independence. The hairstyles were really awesome, and I'm not sure if there were other competitions going on, but the makeup was really great as
didn't
well.
see- I didn't
People
see
were
any
very
makeup stuff.
creative. Yes, there
I
was
saw the
some
hair
good
stuff.
stuff.
I think I only saw a couple. I saw our very own Sharena.
Ah.
Yeah, I saw hers. I don't remember
Yes,
hers.
and you had some other persons as well. I don't know them by name, but given the rain and all of that, there wasn't much to do but what snaps.
But the
So-
hair, I really did see the hair.
Yes, the hair was
Y'all
really
are
fantastic.
creative, boy.
I was
It
scared.
was.
I don't even know how y'all
amazing.
get here
I
to do
was
that.
scared. I was like, a voodoo dollar. I was like, what's what?
Yes, that one scared me. I'm not gonna lie. But the creativity was there.
Yes, and also persons for workplaces, they really did go all out. Some of the establishments in terms of their dress or what they put up and so forth. It was really awesome. So I hope to see even more and bigger, greater things next year. So yeah, I'm gonna start sketching those outfits just now.
No, man,
Okay, nice.
We'll see. So today, though, I want us to talk about recycling. We saw Fiona pass us. She kind of just skirted over
Yeah,
us
she
and
brushed
so
us a little
forth.
bit, but she ain't do too much.
Yeah, and we appreciate her for that. But even so, I will not be naming my child Fiona. But thanks,
Fiona
Fiona.
traumatize you?
Fiona, she didn't traumatize me, but I think she traumatized some other areas.
She definitely traumatized some other countries.
Yes.
And continues to.
Continues to right now.
Yes.
She farmed right into a hurricane.
And we need to be grateful that she didn't traumatize us, because really and truly right now,
We can't take it.
No.
We just can't take anything else.
no, we
Imagine
can't.
having a hurricane batter us right before our independence.
Imagine,
on,
we will
Fiona, have
never
some manners.
forget it.
Yeah, Fiona had to have some manners this year.
Yeah. And I mean, for those who are mourning the Queen's death and all of that, I'm sure they were also grateful that they weren't bombarded by Fiona. But I think she did cause some cancellations in some flights and so forth. So I know individuals would have been, their plans would have been disturbed.
Yeah, sure.
So in terms of the recycling, though, what I wanted for us to pay attention to was the waste down in our guts and our roads and so forth. I think most of us who would have gone out on the road, either on Saturday or on Sunday or yesterday, would have seen some areas that would have been a bit damaged. But also we saw collection. So I took a little drive in Keon, and we went, I don't even know what, like behind the gas station, and you can see some of the roads were actually damaged. So I don't know if pathways were damaged, but within them was waste collected.
Yeah.
So clearly, all of that waste would have been obstructing some kind of pathway, natural pathway for the water, and it would have caused the water to find another route and damage some of these roads, etc., and so forth. So I think we need to, now that's what we saw. Now, how much of that waste made it straight into the ocean?
I'm pretty sure a good amount.
Well,
Yes.
and the ocean spit back out some of it this weekend.
And-
Literally spit back out some.
And that's the thing. I think what we fail to sometimes understand is that the ocean is going to try to preserve itself. And in doing so, it does a little spitting every now and then. And sometimes it doesn't spit it right back out where we would have done the damage, but it goes to someone else. But we also need to remember that someone else's garbage might get disposed of here by us. So it's a collective effort in terms of, it's a global initiative. It's not just a St. Kitts initiative. The recycling and the repurposing and all of these initiatives, plastic free, are not a St. Kitts initiative. It's a global initiative, and we need to understand that, because we all play a part. Each and every one of us, each area, each country contributes to this. And so every country needs to put whatever in place in order to ensure that that doesn't, the effects are minimized. So just a reminder though, today we are collecting in Buckley's. Today's the 20th, right?
You want some points, Jade?
Yes.
Wait, listen, where be Tupperware? That's what you're trying to get, you know?
You top away?
Which don't you mean the flat set?
Yes, that.
Me too. We got the same goal.
Listen to us as adults now, trying to get
We got the same goal.
trying to get flatware and excited about it. Lord, we're such
Oh my
adults. Oh my
goodness.
gosh.
That's a very adult
Yes.
thing to do.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna go and tell my mama today I'm an adult. Okay, I'm excited about flatware sets, so she can't just talk to me any old how.
Telltale sign.
Yeah, she's gonna just roll her eyes and not study me. But they're really good prizes, so I think it's something that we should all partake in, especially those of us who use plastics. Ensure that we put them aside and then we take them. So today you can take them to Buckley's, and then this weekend, yes, this is gonna be the last Saturday of the month. So this weekend, my country people, we get a do.
As y'all should.
Yes. We get a do. So we're gonna be in Dietbe
Boom bang.
this Saturday. And so just make the necessary arrangements, and you'll get everything sorted out. You can get your waist weighed and whatever. And then Tuesday, we're going to be in Connery,
Nice.
right? So today we're in Buckley's. Saturday we're going to be in Dieppe Bay. And then Tuesday in Connery. So within the space of, a week?
A week. Mm-hmm.
Every single area is going to be targeted, right? So
Look, I think people need to understand, right?
mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have these things in your home and you're wondering where you're supposed to do them, especially these things I use all the time. The water bottles.
Yes.
You know, the other thing that I was wondering the other day what to do until I remember this whole initiative.
What?
The egg crates,
Yeah, I got a couple.
the egg cartons.
But there are places and there are individuals who actually take back egg crates.
Yeah.
Most small shops actually do it because the persons who use them will collect it from them.
Right.
So if you just talk to your small shop person, is that what we call them? Small shop person.
Shop owners. Yeah.
Yeah, shop owners. Then they will
Small shop
probably tell you.
That's not like a politically correct way to say something else.
Small shop.
Small shop person. Yes.
Nama has never met a shopkeeper, clearly.
Oh.
Obviously not. because
You'll be surprised.
Small shop. Small
You'll
shop
be
person.
small shop person.
That's
Yes.
what they call them when they go in?
No, by their first name because she's engrossed in the community.
Exactly. Thank you, Azim.
You're welcome.
So, but we also need to know what do we do before we dispose of this waste. So, first of all, empty your cans, your bottles, and so forth. They shouldn't have in any liquids or any products or anything of the sort.
And come follow any people them thing.
Exactly. So, empty those. But not just that, it actually contributes to the quality of the waste. So, we don't want our waste to not be of a certain quality so that it's rejected when it's taken to these places. So let's just make sure that we empty those bottles, those cans, especially if it's a water bottle, it's really not that serious. But when we're talking about local juices, especially those thicker stuff, let's ensure we empty those. Then especially for the cans, definitely wash them out. After washing them out, we want to dry them. And then, so somebody was telling me, was asking me, where can they dry them? And I was like, just your sink. Like, I don't think. No. Yeah. No, it's a genuine question.
Wow.
No, it's a genuine question. And I mean, because I took it for granted that the person only had like 2-3 cans. Right. Whereas they were planning to kind of do it in bulk. So they were looking, okay, do they have the space and so forth? I'm like, okay, maybe because they use a lot of canned stuff. So I was like, yeah, just dedicate one day to doing it and then just use your sink area and leave them out. They will dry. It should be fine.
Right.
Yes. So it's a genuine question. It's a good question because some persons might, if one person asks, it means somebody else thinking it.
True.
Exactly. So we dry them. After we've dried them, we try to compress them. Please don't go and cut yourself with these cans trying to compress them. If you don't have, the tools or the gear to do that, don't do it. But the bottles, the water bottles and so forth, those plastic ones, those are easy to compress. You just kind of just crush them. There are some really soft bottles now on the market that are super, super compressible. And then there are some sturdier ones that you kind of just push the air out so that you can fit more in your garbage bags or whatever bag you're going to bring to dispose of your waste in. And then after that, of course, after you've compressed it, you want to sort it. So you don't want to mix the plastic bottles with the aluminum cans and the metals. They should not be mixed.
Oh, okay.
They really shouldn't. And the persons at the site are really asking individuals to kindly, please separate those. So have a separate bag for each. And of course, what you can do is try to win the 60-point prize, which is the triple recycling sorter, so that it'll be easier for you as well. So it has 3 sections, and so you can put, your metal cans, whichever one you have more of, you can put it in 2 sections, and then the other one you can just have 1 section for that, so that it's easier in the end for you. You don't have to sort at the end. You could just sort as you are utilizing these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Nama, but I've been curious about this initiative because I think it's
Curiosity kills the cat.
yeah. Good thing I'm not a cat. but I think it's a great initiative that's being put on, and I love the fact that it's happening now.
Yes.
But what has the response been from the general public? Is it that do we need to? Obviously, I know there's always going to be work to do, but has there been a good response from the public? Even though I know it could be better, but how is it right now?
The response has been really good. You can definitely see the awareness is growing because more and more persons are coming to dispose on the different days in different areas. So when it first began, it showed that yes, the response was good, it was okay, but we have seen a steady growth.
Nice.
In that on both islands, on both in Nevis and in St. Kitts as well. And so, but the only thing is that we have seen an overwhelming response when it comes to plastic bottles, but not so much with the aluminum.
Right. Okay.
Those tin stuff. And I believe it's because persons don't want the hassle of having to clean them.
Clean them, right.
Yeah.
Right? But it's necessary. And so, let me see. We have the schedule that we have right now is up to December. And of course, it's going to continue after that. But we have the schedule up to December. And when we first started off in June, we had done a competition, sort of, and 10 persons won some prizes and so forth. I think we were in one of the fields. I'm getting old, so my memory is not that great as to exactly which field we were at. But what I'm seeing now from persons who are reaching out to us is that institutions, so schools, businesses, and so forth, they want to be able to participate. However, because of the sheer volume and I guess the days that we collect it sort of limits them. So we need to be able to facilitate those entities. So how are we going to do that? We are currently working on that, yes. But we need to be able to facilitate that. In Nevis, the schools and so forth, I think they were running competitions as well as businesses were running competition as well. Nice. I have not reached out to them to see exactly how they were able to facilitate that, if they did the collection themselves or if the individuals came on a particular day or if they were allowed on any day. And so we definitely have to look into that and see how best to facilitate that, because we have schools that have been doing especially with the plastic bottles, and their children who bring those bottles from their homes to the schools. Now the question is, I guess, also with the prizes, how do we compensate when it comes to prizes? What prizes would they appreciate?
A healthy, clean environment. How about that?
We should start there.
Well, they're already doing that. That's the thing.
Exactly. So you're already winning.
Yeah. Come on. So the schools don't get nothing? As MJ, if you guys were the students, would you not want something?
No, I would want to be alive.
Oh, come on.
I would like to breathe clean, fresh air.
No, but I think because of the sheer volume, maybe, because I believe they'll reach the 60 points quite quickly. And so the triple recycling sorters are good for them and stuff like that,
I think you'd have to have like different prizes for the for the private sector, like for entities.
It's possible.
Yeah, I think that might have to be what it is. Like a different point scheme. So like for them, it might maybe if you hit like 320 points,
and then they get something.
They get
yeah, because they could collect.
You get a bedazzled trash can or something.
Oh, bedazzled.
Yeah, I just trying out ideas. Hey.
Okay, bedazzled. That's quite a odd idea, but okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Not children. It'll be interesting to the children.
A bedazzled trash can.
Yeah, give it a name. Trashy. You're going to know my trashy? Carry this for me now. See, it works.
Trashy is very cute, by the way.
Very. Jade. Anyway, I just be here giving all this like this for free.
I know, and they study you. Lord.
Oh my God. It's a good thing that only some of the viewers can see us. I think that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing that only some can see us.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
think so, but you know.
But I think this kind of initiative, like, it goes a long way into into creating a culture, like, where people become accustomed to recycling. I think that's gonna be one of the long lasting effects that go a long way. I think
Definitely, behavioral change is important, and once we've changed that, and it's become a part of us, and it turns into a culture, then we won't have as many issues to contend with or to deal with. And of course, for someone like myself and most persons who work in the landfill or who work in environment and so forth can really appreciate that the positive impact that this will have is something that the country definitely needs at this time for the future. Yeah,
for sure.
So well, we already spoke about how to recycle, the whole process. We spoke about the dates, and that's it. 1 pound equals 1 point. And you start to collect gifts or rewards from 10 points. So you just need to get 10 pounds of garbage. And we definitely
Oh, that's
produce
too easy.
more than that.
That's too easy, Jade.
Please do not leave the liquids in your bottles so that the poundage can go up.
Oh, that we're going on with them.
Oh, they're cheating.
Come on.
No, I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying.
Just advising to not do that.
Yes, I'm just advising that we not find ways
To cheat the system.
to cheat the system. It's not necessary. If you want the poundage to go up, definitely go for the metal cans.
Go for the metal cans. Check your neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check your neighbor. Cause who knows? They might just got a whole ton of coke can over there doing nothing with.
exactly. So, and check the small businesses. Small businesses do buy stuff in large quantities, like from Cash and Carry and Brisbane and so forth. And those cans are large and heavy. So if you link up with a small business within your community or something like that and say, hey, I'm gonna dispose of your waste for you, in no time at all, you're gonna win that flatware set.
Easy so.
No time whatsoever.
And be happy about it because you know you worked hard to get it.
Exactly. And I'll be pulling out those chopsticks every day. I will drink water with my chopsticks. Although they have a straw. There's actually a metal straw there. Yes. But I will be enjoying the
How
flatware
much points
set.
you have now, Nemo?
Why are you asking me my business as him?
You come like Jetty Thief, so what you want that? How much points number go for?
I want to know if I could come use it.
How much points get robbed, you know?
I was going to pass to use the flatware set.
Oh, you want to say how close should be?
Yeah,
today?
to know when I must pass.
I got you. No, you have a valid reason.
Yeah.
Valid reason.
That's a valid reason.
Yeah. You're trying to plan out your life.
I can't even plan out my own life.
Well, he trying to help you.
Oh, okay. All right. But, help is welcome. Yes, help is welcome, definitely. So, and the thing is, though, we need to really help each other when it comes to this. So if your neighbor can't make it, you can go with their card, I think. You should be able to go with their card and dispose of their waste for them and so forth. And so help one another. You might have somebody who's not feeling well, somebody who perhaps is injured, or God forbid, somebody who is elderly and they want to be a part of this entire thing. However, they're just unable to, or they don't have the vehicle or the mechanism to get there. So if you're able to assist, please do so. Right? So this means having conversations with people within your communities and so forth. We like to talk about people. So let's try talking to people and actually talking about conversations that matter, which is like this. So just in talking, you can find out a lot about a person in a really, really simple conversation without really minding their business, but just understanding the challenges that they may be facing and seeing how best you can assist.
Agreed.
Yeah, and that's how that's how the culture will change, and that's how we as a people will change. And behavioral change in a positive way means a positive direction, and that's exactly what we need at this time, especially after seeing all that waste being brought down by those waters. It's really disheartening.
Yeah.
It really, really is. So
we get there, man. We get there.
we will. I have faith in my people.
Actually, I tell you, there's only a few bad apples, you know. There's a few bad apples running up along the place, dumping things in the guts here.
Exactly. And
We
so
catch
we need
eye,
to
see?
fix that.
And we catch out. Anyway.
As in, you're not authorized to catch anybody. Jade.
When I videotape it and send it to the relevant authorities, you see?
Okay. Yes. Say that. Jade look like she's sending nothing to us.
Oh, I
But-
don't tell you. Is you I was telling? I think
What?
I might not have brought it up, you know. Like, is there anywhere on the island where people are authorized to burn tires outside? Like, even like outside of the dump? I don't know if it's authorized there, but do you know of any particular place on the island? I'm speaking specifically of the St. Peter's area, where persons are authorized to dump tires or burn tires. To your knowledge?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay.
And even us at the landfill, we do not burn. We
Okay.
don't burn waste. And tires is one of those things that you definitely don't want to burn. Just
That's
like
my
that.
thought. So I got
And
some.
U-pops and so forth. Those things could really, really negatively affect the entire community. So if you're seeing
Yeah.
something like that, it definitely needs to be reported,
Yeah.
especially to the fire department.
Yeah.
They need to come and contain that because the U-pops emissions from that, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So there's I brought it up here on the show at some point before that. I kept getting reports of government vehicles driving going up somewhere full of tires. And then we'd see like smoke. I don't know if it's the tires being burnt because me and they go see what's going on. But I had asked people online if they had ever seen it or heard about it or whatever, and a couple of people told me yes. So
Okay.
I'll try and see if I could get any of them to report it to you guys.
Yes,
directly.
that would be actually fantastic. And also getting the vehicle numbers because
Yeah.
an investigation could be done.
Yeah, I got that too.
Awesome. So the vehicle numbers, so we may not be able to say, okay, you did this because there's no proof that they actually did that unless they were driving up with tires and came back without.
Yeah, that's what they said
Right.
happened.
And then, but at least the department can be warned or a discussion can be had so that they know, okay, the authorities are looking into the matter and hopefully that might cause them to cease and desist
Hopefully.
from doing so.
Yeah, number sent.
Oh, lovely. Awesome. Thank you. And I will send that to the relevant department for them to look into that. But definitely things like this, conversations like this need to happen and measures need to be taken. So we'll do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Nama, it's always a pleasure when you come hang out with us on Tuesday mornings.
it's always a
I
pleasure
missed you
being
last week.
here.
Oh my God, we missed you. But welcome back.
Y'all are hot mess in here.
Yeah, I ain't even said that.
What happened?
Jade, your face said it all.
What happened?
Listen, for those of you who only listen on radio, sometimes you just need to tune in on YouTube or Facebook and just look at Jade's facial expression.
Yes. Great advice,
Yes.
Nama. Drawing people to the platform, Jade.
Indeed.
Yes.
Say thanks.
Thank you.
But it was a pleasure being here. As always, I like to remind everyone, waste does matter. So tune in with us next week. I think what I'm going to do, I might push aside the topic that I wanted to talk about and talk about UPOPs and the emissions and all of how that affects us so that we have a better understanding and care a little bit more.
Your pop sound kind of interesting, like sound kind of jiggy. I don't think it is.
Something that's supposed to be on the back of my phone.
Like trashy? Yeah.
No, Trashy was kind of like
No, it literally sounds like something that's supposed to be on the back of my phone.
UPOPs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get
So
you.
for those of you who don't know what UPOPs is, I'm not going to tell you this week. I'm going to tell you another week. So you can go Google it and find out more about it, and we can have a discussion next time. So, yeah. Bye, everyone.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our NOSI program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean. Because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Here are your Horses Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag Independent Specials from September 8th through 21st. Essential everyday croutons, just $5.99. Alma Vienna sausage, $2.99. Pringles chips, $7.99. Bagel bites, $11.99. Wharton cookies, $14.99. Swiss Miss chocolate, $8.99. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Planters cocktail and dry roasted peanuts, $14.99. Post honey bunches of oat cereals, $11.99. Wishbone salad dressings, $11.99. Crest toothpaste, $12.99. Suavitel liquid fabric softener, $16.99. Essential everyday pastas, $4.49. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's still Tuesday. September 20th. And yeah, jumping more into tea time.
Yes, earlier we mentioned Tropical Storm Fiona, which is now a hurricane. She's now a Cat 1 hurricane, and she has been doing some damage throughout the region because that's what they do. She actually first hit, I keep saying Guatemala when it's Guadeloupe, I try to say.
Really?
I let all spell it out the other day in a chat. I was like, you mean Guadeloupe?
You know what would be funny to me about Guadeloupe?
What?
How the American weather people, they say it, Guadalupe. I'm like, what?
You know the American
But they just say whatever.
yeah, the
They got
American
their own language.
education system in the best. So we got to give them a chance when it comes to these
But
things.
somebody must have corrected them by now.
No, if they know how to correct them. Everybody think they're correct. I just hear them pronounce some.
I mean, the people from Guadeloupe.
Oh,
I mean, nobody from Guadeloupe
no,
ever
they
been
probably did. But they
never
probably
called
was
me.
like, no, you're wrong.
Hey, CNN. It's just Guadeloupe, yeah.
CNN was like, no, it's not.
Like
Guadalupe.
I say I live here.
You are
Oh,
wrong.
yeah, right. That's what's gonna happen for you.
Yeah, you know them.
You're right. I digress.
Yes, but she is now. We call her a she.
Yeah, she,
Yeah.
Fiona.
Fiona's a bad. I can't say the other word.
Mama
She-
Jama?
Boy.
One bad
that
Mama
is
Jama?
she is, because I've been watching some commentary on her, right? And I'm like, no, y'all telling me sounds good enough. Like,
No,
Nothing.
she's slowing down, getting stronger, right over, like stopping over people country. Just like, hey, I'm the school out here for like at 5 hours.
Fiona clearly just got a fresh bite and taking it out on the Caribbean. That's fresh bite energy.
You might be onto something.
Yeah, when you just start to do things because you ain't care no more.
What's Shrek doing, man?
A man would do that to you, you know.
Shrek. Shrek, you got a cool Shrek.
Somebody in her life did something because she went from a little angry to big angry
Right.
over a short period of time.
Mm-mm-mm.
But yes, the U.S. National Hurricane Center has said Hurricane Fiona is now moving off the Dominican Republic and into the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
At 2 p.m., the NHC said Fiona is 270 kilometers southern of Grand Turk. Fiona has caused devastating flooding across the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico after dumping more than,
How much inches?
I think the number missing.
Oh, they missed the number.
Yeah. Well, I can just say a lot.
Yeah.
She dumped a lot of inches
Yo,
of rain.
Puerto Rico need a break with these
Lord,
hurricanes. man.
so, listen,
Puerto
they
Rico,
barely recover from
they have not. They have not.
What was the last one they had?
I think Maria is who messed them
Yeah.
up too.
The ain't recover from Mario, and now here comes Fiona with she nonsense. Knock out the entire country's power, you know? The entire country was dark.
You know, much businesses closed down in Puerto Rico used to be the place where you go to for shopping and so, you know.
Mini America?
No, everything closed by.
But yeah.
I know
was-
businesses that move this like headquarters like to Miami, all kind of just leave.
I was watching like bridges and all type of thing. You just move. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
this is crazy.
There's this one freshly built bridge. So the bridge just built, gone in.
Cement him cure good.
There you gone in. Gone in.
Bye. Yes, but yes, she is moving across. She's now back into the Atlantic, and I think there is a tropical storm warning for. Wait, there a tropical storm warning. She not follow on again.
Maybe based on
Oh, so there's a hurricane warning in effect for the coast of the Dominican Republic from Cabo Quencido to Cabo.
Mm-hmm.
Frances Viejo, Turks and Caicos.
Mm-hmm.
A hurricane watch is in effect for the north coast of the Dominican Republic from Cabo Frances Viejo westward to Puerto Plata. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Puerto Rico, including. Oh, why these words? Why these words?
The Spanish.
Yes.
For
A-
Puerto Rico.
A language I don't speak.
Just select parts of Puerto Rico.
Yes. Good job. North coast of the Dominican Republic from Cabo to Frances Viejo, westward to Puerto Plata, southeastern Bahamas, including the Aucklands, Crooked Island, Long Cay, the Iguanas, Maya, Guana, and the Ragged Island. Who the heck was naming these islands?
Pirates, Jade. No, you're laughing.
No,
Seriously.
I believe you, because
No,
what the hell, man?
It's literally pirates name half of them islands on there.
Nobody figured I could change them? You can't change them?
Why? That's the name.
Jesus Christ. Huh.
Pirates name them islands, yeah.
They had no respect for the... A tropical storm watch is in effect for south coast of the Dominican Republic, west of Cabo Quercindo to Barahona. But yes, we'll continue to monitor this. There's also another storm on the water.
Yeah, that's the one we need to watch. Cause that Fiona don't go and leave us. So we need to
Don't ball forward, gone, ball forward coming.
yeah, that's what I said.
So there's a new disturbance of interest to the Caribbean. A tropical wave located several hundred miles east of the Windward Islands is producing an area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Some gradual development of the system is possible during the next several days while the system approaches the Windward Islands toward the end of the week and moves over the eastern Caribbean Sea over the weekend.
You done say it's a conspiracy. You happy here,
Tell
you.
you so, Fred.
Happy here, you. Happy say, oh, we ain't confirm this for Jade.
How come it's only the week? Only the weekend these things gonna happen as him. 5 full days in the week, nothing.
Keep you satisfied through the weekend.
Anyway, formation chance throughout 48 hours, low near 0%. Formation chance through 5 days, low 20%. I could take that. 20 ain't bad. 20 ain't bad.
No, Jade, Fiona, that's the exact same thing Fiona was. The exact.
Ash. Don't kill me, Jai. This weekend was already terrible. You don't kill me, Jai.
Okay. I just want people to know. That's exactly the forecast was for Fiona. The exact. Jade, it almost look. They literally just copy and paste everything from Fiona and put it there. But we have something that's gonna affect that's gonna affect us over the next 24 hours, right? Just some rain. What is? You want to read out that for the people?
I'd read out what?
The advisory.
May not. Oh, they sent out an advisory? I didn't see it.
The one, Jade, we're just reading it.
But then that's it? What I just read was all?
That was the same thing? No, anyone that then they say something coming and gonna give us some rain over the next 24
I
hours.
mentioned the part. It says
No.
some gradual. Oh,
Jade, this is something different.
but there's only 2 things I had there. Watch it. This and
No,
this.
the one with the one that look like the Sol the Sol notice.
Let me look to see if I got that one. Oh, I think I saw it on. It might be on Win Media's page. I might have saw something, but I remember mentioning that to you. Maybe you read it and you thought it's me.
No, Jade, no, during the thing you had it on your phone there a while ago.
Oh, okay. Let me go to Nemo's page.
Yeah, let's check
It
Nemo.
must be somewhere. But I did vaguely see something about some rain for real. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Oh.
Is me just forget. So I saw weather and R&B, but China was going to mix them together.
Well, and be right wrong.
Yeah. So a weather bulletin was issued at 7 a.m. Present weather, partly cloudy skies, winds, a gentle breeze of 8 miles per hour from the east. And weather forecast valid until 8 a.m. tomorrow. Winds southeast at 9 to 18 miles per hour. Seas 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. Weather forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. Weak tropical wave. I like call these storms weak. I feel like that's kind of insulting. Then I just turn on us. Calling us weak? We're going to try a week. But a weak tropical wave moving across the area could trigger shower activity over the next 24 hours. Weather today, partly cloudy with a 40% or a moderate chance of showers. Weather tonight, partly cloudy with a 40% or a moderate chance of showers. Eastern Caribbean forecast, spiral bands associated with Hurricane Fiona will continue to generate unsettled conditions across Puerto Rico, parts of the Virgin Islands into tomorrow. A weak tropical wave is expected to move through the area today. However, most of the moisture located in the south. Therefore, cloudy skies with showers are expected for the Windward Islands, whilst at most a moderate chance of showers could occur for the Leeward Islands and British Virgin Islands.
All right.
Always good when we get some rain.
You know how it's funny that now people have to like study the weather and like check the weather app and all them kind of things.
I literally downloaded the weather app this weekend.
Watch out. When I was small, right, all you had to know is what time of year it was. You knew what the weather was going to be. Oh, it's September? Okay, you're going to be in sometime this afternoon. Like, you know.
Not sure when, but you know.
You're going to be in sometime this afternoon.
Hey, man.
Oh, what this is? March? Hot. Like, that was the forecast.
Just a hot.
Hot. Like, you didn't have to do nothing else. Like, you knew.
Except last month was extremely hot. Last month into this month, extremely hot. But that was probably because of the storms that was developing. But boy,
No, the storm's come because it was so hot.
something boy.
Yeah.
But it was extremely hot. Somebody saying invite Elmer Burke for tea, have weather conversation. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Don't go and pick up yourself.
Yeah, man. Happy birthday to my good old uncle,
Which one?
Uncle Lennox. He is celebrating today. He is an avid listener as well. I know him. This is the procedure, show me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
Vibes.
Yeah. It says, congratulations to Dr. Jensen Stewart Morton on his new position as Director of Health Institutions within the Ministry of Health in St. Kitts. I wish you... Oh, I have to read that part.
Yeah.
Because we do wish him all the best.
Big up Jensen one time. Big up yourself. What if you listen to Shabba?
I don't know.
And ask him. And say, if you don't, well, start.
And then invite him.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we got to keep people abreast of all the developments in St. Kitts.
Yep.
And it makes... Oh. Yeah, man, me good old pediatrician. Well, Jaden, good old pediatrician. So
Yes,
it
I
says,
know, sir.
this comes out of the SKNIS, stolen by a certain news. Anyway, let's not go down that road. Prime Minister Honorable Terence Drew, Minister of Health and Information, has made new assignments under his ministerial portfolios. I read the one about Dr. Jensen just now. There's also Dr. Patrick Martin, who is a pediatrician. He holds a BA in chemistry, summa cum laude, from the university.
So he be.
Maybe
all the Jade. You see how much accolades this man got?
Wait.
Big up Mr. Martin one time.
But man, see.
Friend of the show. I think he was appointed special advisor to the Ministry of Health as well.
Where you see that?
In the previous post.
Oh. So you see the one for Adelcia too, right? Because
I think she has been appointed.
watch him here. So yes, he's a special advisor to the Ministry of Health, as he should be. Okay? Anyway.
Okay. Jade, okay.
Yes, I love Dr. Martin. Give me a
Okay.
chance. And Adelcia Connor Furlans is the press secretary at the office of the Prime Minister.
Oh, she's the press secretary?
Who was the former press secretary?
I don't want to say. No, he was the director.
He was in.
I can't remember.
I
I don't know this.
Me too.
But anyway.
Oh, well, you're going to come back to me eventually. But yes, congratulations to all of them. Dr. Martin actually was supposed to join us for a conversation on the show, but elections was happening, so it got pushed back. But I will re-invite him. He's such a great doctor. Jaden loves going to him, even though he only goes there because he loves the ties.
Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah. You know. You see the wall of bottoms that we had yesterday?
There's a wall of bottoms here too?
Yes.
Wow.
I love it. Bottoms on a wall.
Wow.
Ooh, yes. You want to start with the bad news now?
Yeah, we could go through that.
So there was a murder that took place. Hold on. Wait, before we jump into that.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's just jump into that. Let's just.
Because the other one's funny too, eh?
Yeah. Let's get this one out the way because we have like a half an hour left, and so let's just jump into the bad news one time. So the police are investigating the death of a 36-year-old Okino Wellington. Did not know that was his name.
Thomas Sheldon?
Yes.
Wow.
I know. At least I only opened the article and I closed it back out because I was like,
Wrong thing.
who do you monkey? Yeah. But on Saturday, September 17th, the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force confirmed an incident in Sandy Point that led to a death of a young man. The man has since been identified as 36-year-old Okina Wellington, who was fatally wounded during an incident at Cat Path, Sandy Point. Wellington was originally from Jamaica but resided in Tabernacle. According to the details provided by the police, the incident occurred before midday on Saturday, September 17th, and the police received a report of a man who was injured during an altercation. When the authorities arrived at the scene, they met Wellington's motionless body lying on the floor inside a house with what appeared to be a wound to his chest. He was pronounced dead at the scene by the district medical officer. Investigations into the matter are ongoing, and an individual is currently in police custody assisting with investigations. Yeah, this was a sad turn of events because...
First off, prayers, condolences, strength to the friends, family, loved ones of the deceased.
Yeah,
that's first and foremost.
And also to the person involved in this, because Lord knows that can be easy for anybody to be going through. Knowing that you have been involved in someone's death, whether by willfulness or by self-defense, at the end of the day, it can be easy to have that on your conscience. So prayers for that family as well. But
this one caused a lot of conversation.
Definitely did.
This one caused a lot of conversation.
And it was a conversation surrounding domestic violence, especially because we got you look sassy. Not the deceased, but just a random person.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was because the circumstances surrounding it seemed to be of one which included domestic violence. There were several videos. Well, no, there was a video and several voice notes sent out surrounding this situation. Some of them I think you should take with a grain of salt because people will just be making up things to be involved. But there was one that stood out to me, particularly where police were involved. And I think the police in Vegas need some training on how to deal with domestic situations, because there should be no instance in a video where somebody is literally telling you that somebody is beating them and they want them out the house, where you should be chuckling. Whether or not you felt like the person who was telling you his side of the account was funny, we have to remember that this is still a serious situation, and chuckling is quite inappropriate. Like, quite inappropriate. But what's your thoughts, friend?
First off, let me start out by saying that the details of this particular incident, I don't know what they are. There's been so many different accounts, so many different conflicting reports on what exactly took place. Mm-hmm. Right? But since you were talking about the police, I'll start there. Because I do believe that there are a few things that we have to acknowledge. One being, when persons make choices, we can't necessarily choose our consequences, right? Mm-hmm. What we have power over is the choice. Mm-hmm. That's one. The police seem to, from some of the reports, it seemed as though the police would have been informed on several occasions that there was an issue brewing between these two individuals. I think the general consensus is that the police did not act in the way that would have, or in the way that they should have, right? And so they start asking the questions, then what should have happened? What should have happened? Anyway, I look at it and I twist and turn it, I am forced to agree. If it is that several reports would have been made over some time, then enough, it doesn't seem as though enough was done to try and deal with the situation, right? And so that adds another layer onto the whole situation that an already unfortunate situation, and it's just come and add a whole other layer on top of it now, right? Because I don't know exactly what happened in this situation, I don't have all the facts, I won't speak directly to this.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, I am very disheartened with the type of discourse that I was seeing on many fronts. And I believe that there are a lot of times when we are talking about very stirring events where people allow their emotions sometimes to get the best of them, right? And people start just talking for talking's sake. And this was the same issue I had with and we have it all the time. It does seem sometimes that people lack the ability, the sensitivity, the empathy.
Oh no, that don't exist in this country at all.
To just have meaningful conversations that would help to move everybody forward.
No.
A lot of times we aren't in a position where we don't know what's going on between people. Sometimes you hear people talking about, oh, this person is abusive, why they don't leave. You don't know. You don't know.
And that part is very troubling to me,
You
right?
don't
Because
know.
how are we in 2022 and y'all still talking about, well, they could just leave. Y'all realize that's just not how it works, right? If that was how it works, a lot of these situations would happen.
No.
Use your common sense, please.
No, but you see.
Then y'all ain't even got a son.
No, but you see, I think it's a very nuanced conversation. I think the conversation is the person should leave,
Yes.
but recognizing that might not be happening, perhaps we need to examine why that is not the case. Not only that, sometimes it's not safe to assume that the person isn't doing everything within their power to put distance between them and whoever.
Exactly.
Sometimes you
They-
watch
they-
it.
they
So you
say-
don't, cause you don't know if it's a matter that I trying to walk around somebody following me.
They just assume if the person say, you know what, I done, and they just walk off, stop. The other person can just stop.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that's not how humans behave.
So there's a lot of these nuances to these conversations that are missed when sometimes we allow our emotions to get the best of us.
Oh, if it was me, I would have just leave. Okay. But it's not you, and you're not in the situation, so you don't understand all of it.
Yeah, but then what happens when you leave and you're not allowed to be left alone?
They forget all of these
Okay,
things. How
okay,
many
okay.
situations
Right.
we've seen with people trying to leave abusive situations, and that person is either murdered or harmed or whatever it is, just trying to get out of a situation.
As a matter of fact, sometimes that is what sparks even more extreme violence and reactions, right?
The person just trying to leave.
Right. So that is one thing. The other thing is, yes, we may despise the actions of someone, but at the end of the day, life was lost. And that in itself is unfortunate, right? That in itself is unfortunate. And so, again, if you're unable to recognize the situation that someone might be in, Why am I surprised that you're not you're not able to see this from any other way other than accusatory and inflammatory? It seems as though that is how most people are behaving. And so when you see people's families grieving, let them grieve. You don't know how people can react to grief. You don't know. You might not agree with it, but it's aimed for you to decide how they're supposed to grieve.
Not at all. People grieve in their own way. There is no perfect way to grieve.
And there's time and place for everything. You understand? There's time and place for everything. I got a message saying that particular person was live and discussing it, right?
That and all I had an issue with, not because they were live and discussing it, but some of the things that they said when they were discussing it. Like, it's all good to feel aware about losing a family member, but again, if we are going to employ empathy, we have to employ empathy for everybody and not just start throwing accusations and throwing people under the bus and stuff like that just because you're feeling some type of way. Yes, you may have done it out of grief and pain and anger and stuff.
Yeah, but you can't. But that's the thing. You can't say on one hand that people grieve differently and think. I think what it is, understanding that at least in this particular moment, this person is going to make a bunch of probably unwise decisions.
Questionable decisions.
Right,
yes.
and say questionable things. And people need to understand that. What was more disheartening for me was the responses.
Yeah, them
the
comments
responses
was crazy.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I
couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I am not shocked at all as in, because this is how people behave on the internet.
The internet is wild.
They believe
Jade.
like it is not a real place, like they could just say anything, say whatever to anybody, and it's just, oh well, I don't say it and it's on the internet, so make care about it. It is a real place.
There is what is how should I put this? What is evident to me is that there is not an appreciation for the fact that sometimes in situations there can be multiple instances of wrongdoing. If I don't like this, well, I defend everything else. If I don't like this, I could say anything I want and it don't matter because, well, this is how I feel about this person, whatever. So whatever I say, no. Sometimes perpetrator could be wrong. The people who responding could be wrong. The people who are supposed to do something about the situation could be wrong. You understand where I'm coming from? There could be multiple wrongs across the board. And that is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that everywhere I look, I'm seeing wrongdoing. Everywhere I look.
Yeah, the situation is crazy.
And so
some of y'all need to just stop typing. Like some of y'all, before y'all hit that send button, just retract it. I don't know why y'all feel like everything y'all type, y'all supposed to hit send for.
Jade, and the thing about it for me is that they do it under the guise of trying to provide some sort of commentary. No, y'all doing it because y'all looking attention.
Yeah, y'all trying to be the biggest bullies on social media, trying to get the most likes on
most
their comments.
Likes and most
people literally going through real things.
Anyway, I think it's important that we kind of discuss a bit about situations like this, right? There was a match yesterday. Based on what I would have seen, and I didn't see much, so I might not be in the best position to actually comment about it. But it seemed as though there might have been people with several desires coming out of it. One of the sentiments that I would have saw was to free the young lady. One of the sentiments would have been a request for speedy trial. And I mean, I understand those sentiments, but I'm also very much concerned about how we navigate these things and people being able to position themselves in a way to best help who they think need help. right? I believe that we are. I think this creates a conversation that we need to have, similar to what we had last week, Jade. Remember last week
we did have this conversation last week
about how the justice system takes into effect circumstances surrounding the actions of persons, right? It is built into the justice system in some way. That's why you have things like terms like self-defense and stuff like that, right? But those things have a very specific definition and application. And so it has to be something where we have the conversation in a very open, honest, and in some cases very difficult way, because the truth is, especially when we're talking about legal matters, they have very long-lasting effects. They set certain precedents. Because when I was having conversation with somebody yesterday about it, and I was just like, okay, so what you're saying is, and I brought different examples, and they was like, no. So I said, well, based on what you're telling me and what your answers are to me, it doesn't seem like you believe what you're saying. It's just that emotionally,
so you feel currently,
you have a serious issue with the issue of domestic violence, as you should.
Yeah.
But that is then sparking your response to this particular situation. Because when I bring up other examples, you don't have the same responses, right? So there was like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but we have to have these conversations in a real way. And I think like what I would like to see happen is that persons who support this young lady's upcoming judicial battles, support her in that way. You see, this is the next thing that she has to face. The next thing that she has to face is judicial battles. So is it that you want to help raise funds for her legal battle and stuff like that? Like, those are things that I think are very tangible and things that hopefully would be appreciated by the individual. But we need to have very clear objectives, very clear informed discussions, because right now what I'm hearing is a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise all over the place, and a lot of it turning people off. And it's, unfortunately, the biggest issue I have is that a lot of the way the conversation is happening isn't going to go towards trying to ensure this doesn't happen again, because it ignores so much of what is actually happening, right? And again, I think it's because people are very emotional about it, as we could expect.
Yeah.
But if we have the conversations the way that I've been seeing a lot of the conversations being had right now, we're not going to reach nowhere. We're not going to reach anywhere, and that's the saddest part for me, as it relates to the responses, right? But we have not heard the last of this, I'm sure.
Oh, of course not.
We have not heard the last of this, I'm sure.
Of course not. This is going to be something that we're probably going to get some updates on in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And
But again, these are conversations, and people want to know what kind of conversations. I think we need to have conversations about what role does a person's past play into, for me, it would be sentencing. If you commit a crime and do the act where somebody's hurt, I think you have to at least go through the process to examine what that is. Coming out of that, your past should play a part in it, especially if found guilty in the sentencing, right? I don't think it's enough to decide, well, we see some circumstances that may have led to this choice or this act, and so you are then absolved of the process, the judicial process. And personally, I'm not one for that, because that becomes a very slippery slope at that point, right? Also, I think the discussion about what is self-defense, there's an actual definition for that in law that I don't think a lot of people understand,
Nope.
right? And so that comes into play in situations like this, in other situations. If somebody come in your house and rob you,
And you defend yourself and that person.
no,
dies.
I'll give you a specific example.
Oh.
So the person come in your house, had you at gunpoint, take your belongings, and then when they jump back to the window and running down the road, you go for your gun that you had hide under your bed and shoot them. Is that self-defense?
No.
A lot
That's
of
not-
people, though, when things like that happen, they ball out self-defense. I'm like,
That's not-
that ain't really how it works.
That's literally second degree murder.
I don't know if that,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of, you and somebody fighting, hand to hand, you go in your house, go for a knife, come back and kill the person. Was that
Still
self-defense?
Not self-defense.
Correct.
Self-defense is when you're defending yourself during an act.
No, but not only that. I think the thing what people forget about self-defense is there must be some equality to the acts. So if I come and I'm hitting you, and we fighting and I give you a box or whatever, and you go for a knife or a gun or whatever, self-defense gonna go to that point because it kind of has to be an equal.
Except if you're in Florida, that's called stand your ground. But we're not in Florida.
But
so.
but that's what I'm saying. That's a different kind of thing altogether. That's why you have a whole different definition.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So these are the kind
If
of
you are in current danger and somebody's inflicting life-threatening injuries to you and you defend yourself and that person dies, you have a pretty good argument for self-defense because you defend yourself in that moment.
But but it isn't just. I'm saying it isn't just about the moment. It's about how you defend yourself, right?
That's what,
So
that's what I mean.
if I come and I
That's why I said life or death.
no, but what I'm saying, even so, it depends how. So
If somebody's trying to kill me and I end up killing them, that's like dying self-defense.
Jade, is very difficult to prove.
That somebody was trying to kill me?
Yes, Jade.
Oh, okay.
If the person, let's say the person don't have nothing, and of course, guys, we're not talking about this particular incident that happened on the weekend. Just for those of you listening. And the reason is because I didn't hear about 10 different versions of the story, so me and I went on and me and really discussing
Yeah,
it.
we're going to wait until the official report comes
until
out.
we have some more facts. But it has to do also not just with whether or not you felt your life was threatened, but when we're looking at it,
Not threatened, in danger.
well, in danger.
moments.
I'm saying if you felt your life is in danger, that's one thing, right? But then when you respond to that threat, right, and defend yourself, right, part of it has to be the level of aggression or how you defend yourself. It can't just be, well, this person was boxing me, had me on the ground and was boxing me. And I thought they could have like choked me to death or whatever, and you just decide, well, I can pull out this knife out of my shoe and stab them up.
That could be self-defense.
That's not really what works. And that's the point I'm making.
No, I've seen plenty cases where it worked that way.
You know what I'm saying? You have to, there has to be some, in other words, right? If I attack you, you have every right to defend yourself up to the point where you match my aggression. So, for instance, and that's kind of one of the arguments people would have with this big football player at 340 pounds, bang off this girl at who is literally 140 pounds. And it's like, okay, yeah, she was hitting you. But then you went and took up a bat and bang on your head?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely not self-defense.
But okay, so in other words, then you understand that it has to do with the response and some kind
But
of.
you didn't say he was banging her?
No, if the girl, let's say the girl was hitting him.
Oh.
So the girl is hitting him, right? And she's doing the thing what girls do.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not self-defense.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make the argument. Well, bro, she was hitting me, so I hit her back. And you're like, but it ain't really the same thing, bro. You literally use a weapon. You literally got by 200 pounds, and you on a daily practice how to inflict violence on people.
But if it was the reverse, let's say this 250-pound person was attacking this 140-pound girl, and she grabbed something and stabbed him to get him away from her, and he died. That's not self-defense?
Not necessarily. You could make it. I'm saying that's now that becomes a legal argument.
Yeah.
That becomes a legal argument now.
I feel like that's what we should let's deal with this. People who knows the legality things and not just what we feel like should happen.
But yeah, of course, from in this particular situation. But what I'm saying is these conversations are happening. The problem I'm having is that the conversations aren't happening in a way that really to me is edging us towards avoiding these things in the future. As a matter of fact, the way I see a lot of the conversation happening, it may get to a point where if we are not careful or people get their way based on what I'm seeing suggested, that could add to more of these types of things. You see what I'm saying? So I think we really have to, the conversations need to be had, but we have to be careful about how we have them. You see what I'm saying? We can't just allow our emotions at the time just overtake us and not imply logic, empathy, sensitivity, and just some level of knowledge and with the information that how they do these things. Yeah. But the ironic thing about this is that it seems as though so many of us believe that there might have been a shortcoming in the justice system, and then this person is now back in the hands of the justice system.
Yeah, boy.
I think that is why people. I think that's why you're
really pissing off people.
Yeah, and I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the responses that you're having, which really and truly I can't agree with, but.
Because some people can say, "Oh, well, she should have called police." Oh, she did. She did.
Yeah, I mean, even talking about that, I'm just talking about the fact that like you would have gone to the police, and the same police who come lock you up now, and I think that dynamic is really what emotionally people are going. Something ain't sitting right with me with this. This ain't seem right.
Yeah, but that's just how it works.
Right, and so. When we start talking about accountability, one may argue that the deceased may have been held accountable, right? Fairly or not, who knows? But like I said, when you make choices, you don't have the ability to choose the consequences, right? The consequence could be unfortunate. Anybody could agree that it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, we don't have that choice when we make choices.
Yeah.
When we make choices. The accountability now on the person who was arrested or in custody, right? Because I don't think they said arrested in the report. They just said in custody and assisting with the investigation. They didn't say arrested.
Well, I mean, if she over in the police.
No, you don't know. You don't have, no. You could be detained. There's things. If you're not charged, she might not have been charged.
Charged and arrested is two different things.
Right, fair. But you could be detained too.
Yeah, but I don't think you could detain people for so long. I think she was
72 hours, Jade. This just happened.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
So some charges may be coming, who knows? I don't know. But the question people are now asking, well, if we see some issue with the way it was handled by the authorities, well, where is the accountability for the authorities? And these are the questions that these are the questions that I feel get missed sometimes when we just take these emotional responses.
No, that ain't happen.
And so what happens is sometimes we direct the emotions into places that may not bring about the biggest change, right? And again, for me, if we can admit that this is such an unfortunate situation across the board, then we need to start having the conversations that will limit a repeat of these types of situations, right?
Definitely.
And so, like, to me, those are the things that are missing. Those are the things that are missing. I mean, you know, they say, who can guard the guard? Who can guard the guard?
This is just unfortunate.
Is there some wrongdoing? And we need these statements. This is not an attack on the police, but let me give a heads up to the police, and the people upstairs right now could confirm or deny. I believe in the media. Whether it's Win FM, ZIZ, Freedom,
SKNIS.
No, not SKNIS. SKNIS out of this. SKNIS out of this.
The media?
SKNIS out of this. They play a different function.
Okay.
Like, we are media too, but we're not journalists. So let me say journalists.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
Let me say the journalists. I believe that there is a feeling that one of the most uncooperative entities that we have is the police.
Yeah, that's a kind of effect there.
And I'm sure the government might run a close second. And we probably should get somebody to come talk about this, because we say it here all the time, like, but we ain't hearing this about it all the time. This is what I bring out, like this is information. How many times you see press conferences and the responses that are given to the journalists lack any type of substance? We hear about things, we don't hear about it again.
That's it for that.
And so when we start having, because questions that I would want to have come out of this would be to the high command, hey, how is it, like, how are the police supposed to react in these situations?
What is the appropriate response?
Yeah, not accusatory or anything.
But what is the appropriate response?
Yeah.
When you've been called to a scene of a domestic violence incident.
Not only the scene, if somebody come and report something.
No, I was about to say that too. And plus, there has been reports about the same individual with domestic violence. Like, what do you do when the same person seems to be coming up in situations that involve domestic violence incidents?
Right. What can put it another way? What should one expect
to be done by the police?
Right? Because then we could start having conversations about, okay, is there something that happened here that should not have happened, or something that should have happened that did not happen?
Was a step missed?
Right? And then not only that, but is there someone who should be held accountable, because there's not just one life that is affected. It's not just two lives that are affected. A whole community of people affected by this thing. So when we start trying to avoid these things, then we need to look at all these areas to see, well, where is it
that we went wrong?
Truthful. And I don't think the blame lies in any one place. Because see people laying blame on the deceased. People trying to lay blame on the person who's now in custody. People trying to lay blame at the feet of the police. And I keep saying, hey, perhaps when we start looking deeper into this thing and trying to avoid this thing in the future, we come up with, hey, this is where people went wrong.
Definitely.
And I'm seeing out of those three entities that I talk about, I'm seeing some accountability to be had. Except when we start talking about the authorities. So like, let's discuss that there.
Yeah.
Let's discuss that. Figure out if somebody need to be held accountable as well, or somebody's. But you say I gotta do better
Bye. Not like. They gave me no faith in oil. But anyway. The clock on the wall says it's time for us to leave, Azim.
We talk about it for half hour, Jade?
Yes.
My bad. My bad. Hey, by the way, congratulations to all the awardees this past weekend. I saw some friends of the show. Hey, big up Mr. Vaughn.
Yes.
Big up Mr. Vaughn. I saw he received, I know what, I don't want to say which one it was, because I might get it wrong.
Just say he got something. And
yes, for his contribution to education. Friend of the show for sure. Big up yourself. Mr. Vaughn, hope you're doing good. I know you're feeling better. So really, really happy about
give
that.
him his flowers, please. He
Indeed.
deserves.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people who deservingly received awards for their contribution to national development in a multitude of areas. So congratulations to all of those as well.
Vibes.
Jade, you ain't got none?
Not yet. Not this year.
A certificate of merit or something?
Not this year.
No, okay.
No,
What can I have for next year, man?
Yeah.
40. Hey, we just want to make sure 40 can be jiggy, like, yeah. Maybe you get a house
40.
or something.
I'm telling you.
A piece of land or something. Yeah, for 40. Yeah. All right, guys, but we got to leave. We got to go. We got to disembark. We got to disappear.
But we'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
Have no fear.
Indeed, indeed.
LNT shall be here.
Appreciate you guys taking the time out to hang out with us. People getting on it now, bye.
Yeah, bye.
But appreciate you guys so much for taking the time out to hang out with us, whether you join us on one of the digital media platforms like YouTube, winmediaskn.com, Facebook. Pick up yourself. If you're listening to us on the radio, bless up. Make sure you turn up your radio loud.
For everybody to hear it.
Hey, see a busman on the weekend, busman say, yo, when you're talking about busman and turn it up, that's me. I say, yeah, man, say, but every morning,
As he showed it.
who ain't want to hear Island T jump
out.
out?
I love it. Catch your next bus.
So big up all the busmen them who listen to Island T in the morning. Make sure they turn it up loud for all the travelers. You're doing national service.
National, sir, you deserve a merit actually.
Yeah, you deserve a certificate of merit. All the bus drivers.
If I say, "Me want to jump out."
Oh, but guys, appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. But yeah, we have to leave. We have to go. We'll be back
Indeed.
tomorrow.
Got things to go, people to see, things to do.
Yeah, so guys, please remember to learn from the losses of others. Spend more time living your content than posting it.
Listen, I feel like they're listening, you know. As
Yeah.
them, I feel like they don't be grasping the concept of the words you've been
We're
using.
gonna just have to keep saying it, Jade, and hope that one day they take heed.
And they had, you know, simple concept.
But guys, please remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug.